Do you get sick every time the season changes? A cold in the fall, a fever in the winter, tired eyes, sore throat, no energy, again and again. If that sounds like your life, you are not alone, and today something changes. Have you ever wondered why some people never seem to get sick, while others catch every cold going around the office? It is not luck. It is not just genes. Most of the time, it comes down to a few small choices repeated every single day. By the end of this lesson, you will know the daily habits that quietly turn a tired body into a strong one that fights illness before you even feel it coming, one that heals faster, sleeps better, and simply feels alive. It's also good listening practice for English learners who want more than words. Here is the promise. There is no need for expensive supplements. There is no need for a perfect diet or a personal trainer. You need 8 simple habits done consistently, and your body will start to change in ways you can actually feel. Think about your body for a second. Every single day, it fights off things you never even notice. Bacteria on a door handle, a virus on a crowded train, dust in the air. Most of the time, your immune system wins quietly without you knowing. But when you sleep too little, eat too fast, sit too much, and carry stress all day, that quiet defense gets weaker and weaker, until one morning you wake up and your throat hurts. Fear is not the point here. Power is. The power that is already inside your body, waiting for the right conditions to work at its best. A strong body is built one habit at a time. Remember that line, because we will come back to it. Today we are going to walk through 8 habits. Small ones, doable ones, the kind you can start tonight, not next year. Some you may already know, some might surprise you. All of them work together like pieces of one machine. If you are serious about never feeling weak or sick again, subscribe right now, because there is a lot more coming after this. So take a breath, sit back, and let's begin with the habit that changes everything else on this list, the one most people get completely wrong. Lesson 1. Sleep like your life depends on it. Here's what most people miss. They think being sick is bad luck. It is usually a bill that came due quietly, night after night. There was a man, about 40 years old, working a normal office job. Nothing dramatic, he just stayed up late most nights. He scrolled his phone in bed. He told himself 5 hours was enough, because he was busy, because there was always one more thing to finish. For months he felt tired but fine. Then winter came and it hit him hard, a cold that turned into something worse. 2 weeks in bed. His doctor asked him one simple question: how many hours do you actually sleep? He laughed at first. Then he counted, and the number surprised him. Your immune system does its best work while you sleep. That's not just a nice idea. It is closer to a fact your body lives by. While you rest, your body repairs damaged cells, balances hormones, and builds the very defenses that keep illness away. Skip that repair time again and again, and your defenses fall behind. A tired mindset says, I'll rest when I'm sick. An energized mindset says, I rest so I never get there. Think about what that means. One person waits for the crash. The other prevents it, quietly, every single night. 12 hours of sleep is not the goal here. Neither is some perfect routine with candles and silence. You need something simple. A consistent time to go to bed, a dark, cool room, no bright screen an hour before you close your eyes. That's it. Small changes, real results. The man from before changed one thing first. He stopped scrolling in bed. He put his phone across the room, out of reach. Within 2 weeks, he was falling asleep faster. Within a month, he told his doctor something strange. He simply did not feel sick as often anymore. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is maintenance. It is the quiet work your body does so you can face tomorrow, standing strong instead of running on empty. This is where the whole list begins, one quiet night of real rest at a time. So tonight, try this. Pick one small thing. Maybe it's turning off your phone 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's finally fixing your bedtime. Whatever it is, start there and let your body do what it already knows how to do. Lesson 2. The light you are missing. Picture your morning right now. You wake up. The curtains are closed. The room is dark and quiet. You reach for your phone before your eyes even adjust. And the first light you see all day comes from a screen, not the sky. Now think about this. Your body runs on an internal clock, a rhythm that decides when to release energy, when to repair itself, when to sleep, when to defend against illness. And that clock is set every single day, mostly by one thing: light. Real natural light, especially in the first hour after you wake up. It's about being seen by the sun, being told by your own body that morning has arrived, and being reminded, cell by cell, that it is time to be awake and strong. When that signal is missing, your whole rhythm drifts, sleep gets harder, energy dips in strange places, and over time, that quiet confusion inside your body makes it slower to notice threats, slower to respond, slower to protect you the way it should. Imagine someone who works from home, curtains always half closed, laptop glowing from morning to night. She always felt a little foggy, a little slow, no matter how much coffee she drank. One winter, on a friend's suggestion, she started stepping outside for 10 minutes. Every morning, no phone, just walking and looking at the sky. Within 2 weeks, she said something changed. Not everything, just enough to notice. She slept deeper. She felt clearer by mid-morning instead of dragging herself through it. 10 minutes of morning light can reset your whole day. That's it, 10 minutes. No need for a beach vacation or a mountain sunrise. A porch, a balcony, a short walk before you check your phone, all of it works. This single habit touches almost everything else on this list. Sleep better at night. Feel calmer during the day. Give your body the clear, steady rhythm it needs to keep its defenses running on time instead of stumbling in the dark. So tomorrow, before you open any app, before you answer any message, step outside for a few minutes. Let your eyes see real light. Let your body remember what time it actually is. Small, simple, and surprisingly powerful once you actually try it for a week. Lesson 3. Move before you need to. Here's the truth. Most people think getting stronger against illness means intense workouts, sore muscles, and an hour at the gym every single day. That belief stops more people than it helps. You don't need a gym. You need to move. Just move consistently every day in whatever way your life allows. David Goggins built his entire life around discipline, pushing his body through training most people would never attempt. Most of us do not need that level of intensity, and that is not the point here. The point is what sits underneath it: consistency. Showing up for your body, even on the days you don't feel like it. Wim Hof took this even further, exposing his body to cold and controlled breathing, and many people who follow his methods describe feeling sharper, steadier, and less prone to getting sick. You do not need ice baths to benefit from this idea. You just need to stop treating your body like something that only moves when it's convenient. If you walk every morning, your blood moves, carrying immune cells exactly where they need to go. If you stretch for 5 minutes before bed, your body releases tension it has carried all day. If you take the stairs instead of the elevator, your heart works a little harder, and over months, that adds up to something real. A reactive body waits until it's sick to slow down. A proactive body moves daily, so illness has a harder time finding a way in. Think about someone stuck at a desk for 9 hours a day, barely standing, barely stretching. Their circulation slows. Their body feels heavy by evening, tense, tired, in a way that sleep alone cannot fix. Now picture that same person, taking a 10-minute walk after lunch, stretching before bed, choosing stairs when they can. Nothing dramatic, but their body responds differently because movement tells your immune system that you are alive, active, and worth defending. Becoming an athlete is not the goal. Refusing to let your body sit still for entire days at a time, that's the goal. A strong body is built one habit at a time, and movement is one of the loudest signals you can send it. So today, pick one small movement, a short walk, a few stretches, Stairs instead of elevator. Whatever fits your life, start there and let your body remember what it was built to do. Lesson 4. What you actually feed your defense. Stay with me, because this one touches almost everything else we've talked about. There was a woman named Maria who caught nearly every cold that went around her office. Every winter, without fail, she was the one sneezing by her desk, the one who missed at least a few days of work. She ate well enough, she thought. Cereal in the morning, a sandwich from the shop downstairs, something quick for dinner, whatever was fastest after a long day. One year, a friend suggested something simple, not a diet, not a detox, just more real food, more vegetables on her plate, fruit instead of packaged snacks, actual meals instead of things wrapped in plastic and eaten at her desk. Real food builds a real defense. Your immune system is not built from willpower. It is built from what you actually give your body, day after day, meal after meal. Vitamins, minerals, and nutrients found in vegetables, fruit, nuts, and simple whole ingredients are the raw material your body uses to build the cells that fight illness. A rushed life eats whatever is fastest. A steady life eats what actually heals. Maria didn't change everything overnight. She just added more vegetables to meals she already made. She swapped one packaged snack a day for fruit. Small shifts. Nothing extreme. By the next winter, something had quietly changed. She still caught a cold once, but it passed in days, not weeks, and for the first time in years, she didn't feel drained the entire season. Giving up everything you enjoy isn't the goal. Noticing what fuels you and what quietly drains you, meal by meal, day by day, that's the goal. She ate better. She slept deeper. She got sick less. That was the whole shift, built from small choices repeated at every meal. If this is hitting you, hit subscribe. There's more coming, 4 more habits, and they build directly on everything you've heard so far. Think of your plate as a message to your body. Send it real signals, real color, real ingredients, and your body answers back with strength instead of exhaustion. No need to cook like a chef. No need to spend hours in the kitchen. You need one more vegetable at dinner, one more piece of fruit instead of a wrapper, one real meal instead of something rushed and forgotten 5 minutes later. A strong body is built one habit at a time, and what you eat is one of the loudest habits of all. Lesson 5. The stress you carry home. Take a breath. Just one right now before we continue. Picture a young father, new to fatherhood, working long hours to provide for his family. He carried his job home with him every night, replaying meetings in his head, worrying about deadlines while trying to smile at dinner. He told himself this was just normal life. Everyone is stressed. Everyone is tired. He didn't think much of it until he noticed he was getting sick more often than he ever had before. Your body does not always know the difference between a real threat and a stressful thought. A tiger chasing you and an angry email waiting in your inbox can trigger a similar response inside you, flooding your system with stress hormones meant for short bursts of danger, not for hours of quiet worry every single day. When that stress response stays switched on for weeks, months, even years, it slowly wears down the very defenses meant to protect you. Chronic stress does not just make you feel tired, it makes your body less able to fight off what it should easily handle. Calm is not weakness, calm is armor. It's about noticing the tension before it takes over. It's about giving your mind somewhere to put the weight it's been carrying all day. It's about choosing, even for a few minutes, to step out of the noise. The young father started something small, 5 minutes every night, sitting quietly, breathing slowly, before he walked through his front door. Nothing complicated, no app, no special room. Just breath in slowly, hold, breathe out slower. He said it felt strange at first, almost pointless. But after a few weeks, he noticed something. He was sleeping better. He wasn't snapping at small things anymore. And that winter, for the first time in years, he didn't get sick once. Eliminating stress from your life completely isn't realistic, and no one manages that. What you can do is give your body small windows of calm, moments where the alarm inside you finally quiets down. 5 minutes of slow breathing, a short walk without your phone, a few minutes of silence before you walk into your next task. Your body is listening to how you handle pressure. Show it calm, even in small doses, and it will answer with strength instead of exhaustion. Lesson 6. The simplest habit you keep skipping. Let me make this simple. Of everything on this list, this habit costs nothing, takes no planning, and most people still get it wrong every single day. Think about your last busy morning. You woke up late. You rushed through getting ready. You grabbed coffee, maybe 2 cups, and by lunchtime you realized you hadn't had a single glass of water. Sound familiar? It happens to almost everyone, more often than we admit. Every cell in your body is waiting for water, not just your muscles, not just your skin, your blood, which carries immune cells everywhere they need to go. Your lymphatic system, which helps flush out things your body doesn't need. Even mild dehydration, just a little less water than your body wants, can slow all of that down without you even feeling thirsty. If you feel foggy by early afternoon, if your energy drops for no clear reason, if you get headaches more often than you'd like, water might be a bigger piece of the puzzle than you think. Drinking 8 specific glasses like some rule carved in stone isn't the point. Noticing that most people walk around slightly dehydrated most of the time, and that their body pays a quiet price for it, that's the point. A simple fix. Keep water where you can see it. On your desk, in your bag, next to your bed. Drink a full glass first thing in the morning, before coffee, before anything else. Small habit, repeated daily, and your body responds by working the way it's actually designed to. Someone who starts their day with a glass of water instead of jumping straight to coffee often notices something within a week. Fewer headaches, steadier energy, everything simply runs smoother, because your body finally has what it needs to move things where they belong. You already know this, everyone does. The problem was never knowledge. The problem was forgetting, day after day, until it becomes invisible. Think about how many small decisions add up over a single week. 7 mornings. 7 chances to start with water instead of rushing straight to caffeine. 7 chances to give your body what it actually needs before asking it to perform. Most people never stop to see it that way. They just see 1 glass of water, easy to skip, easy to forget, easy to underestimate. But your body does not underestimate it. Every function that depends on steady blood flow, every process that depends on flushing out what you don't need, quietly runs better with enough water and quietly struggles without it. So today, put a glass of water somewhere you will actually see it. On your desk right now, if you can. Let that be your reminder and let your body do the rest. Lesson 7. The defense living inside you. Here's what most people miss. Your first line of defense against illness isn't your throat, or your skin, or even your bloodstream. It's your gut. Your gut is your first line of defense. Deep inside your digestive system lives an entire world of bacteria, trillions of them, quietly working alongside your immune system every single day. When that inner world is healthy, balanced, and well-fed, your body responds faster and stronger to anything trying to make you sick. When it's out of balance, weakened by poor food and constant stress, your defenses lose one of their strongest allies. On the island of Okinawa in Japan, one of the places with the highest number of people living past 100 years old, traditional meals are built around vegetables, fish, and simple plant-based foods, eaten together, often slowly, often with family. It's not one secret ingredient, it's a pattern, repeated, for a lifetime, that keeps that inner world thriving. You don't need to move to an island or change your entire diet overnight to benefit from this idea. You need a few small additions. More fiber, from vegetables, fruit, and whole grains, which feeds the good bacteria living inside you. Fermented foods, even something as simple as yogurt, which introduce helpful bacteria your gut can use. Fewer heavily processed meals which tend to feed the wrong kind of bacteria instead. Meet a man who grew up eating fast food nearly every day, convinced his stomach issues and constant colds were simply bad luck, something he had inherited and could not change. When he started adding a little more fiber and a serving of fermented food most days, nothing dramatic happened at first. Weeks later, his stomach settled. Months later, he realized he hadn't been sick in longer than he could remember. Your gut and your immune system are in constant conversation, sending signals back and forth every hour of every day. Feed that conversation well, and your entire body listens. This habit works quietly in the background, supporting almost every other habit on this list. Better sleep, steadier energy, a calmer response to stress. All of it connects back to what's happening inside you, unseen every single day. So this week, add one thing, a little more fiber at one meal, a small serving of something fermented, nothing extreme, just one more signal telling your body it is supported from the inside out. Lesson 8, the habit nobody talks about. Hear me on this because it might be the most overlooked habit on this entire list. We've talked about sleep, sunlight, movement, food, stress, water, and your gut. All of it matters, but none of it works in complete isolation because you are not just a body, you are a person built for connection, and your immune system knows it. Isolation drains the body slowly, connection quietly repairs it. Think about the last time you felt truly lonely, cut off, unheard. Maybe it was after a move, a breakup, a season where everyone seemed busy except you. Did you notice how tired you felt, how heavy everything seemed? Even small tasks, that was not just in your mind. Loneliness raises stress in your body in ways that mirror physical danger, slowly wearing down the same defenses we've spent this whole lesson trying to strengthen. Loneliness is a health risk. Connection is medicine. In Okinawa, longevity is not just about food. It is deeply tied to community, close friendships kept for decades, neighbors who check in on each other, small groups who share meals and laughter regularly, well into old age. People there are rarely isolated, and researchers who study long-lived communities keep pointing back to this same thread. Strong bonds, not just strong bodies. It's about the friend you finally call back. It's about the laugh you share at dinner instead of scrolling silently at the table. It's about letting someone know how you're really doing instead of saying fine and walking away. No need for a huge social life to benefit from this. You need real connection, even in small doses. One honest conversation a week, one shared meal without phones on the table, one moment of real laughter that isn't forced. A strong body is built one habit at a time, and this final one might be the habit that holds every other habit together. Think about everything we've covered: sleep that repairs you, light that resets you, movement that strengthens you, food that fuels you, calm that protects you, water that carries everything through you, a gut that defends you from the inside. And now, connection, the thread that ties every single one of those habits into a life that actually feels worth protecting. Your body was never asking for perfection. It simply asked you to show up, quietly, one habit at a time, for the people around you and for yourself. So there you have it. 8 habits, none of them complicated, none of them expensive, all of them working together like pieces of the same machine. Think back to how you felt at the start of this lesson. Tired, maybe. Frustrated with getting sick again and again. Wondering if your body was simply working against you. It wasn't. It never was. It simply did its best with whatever you gave it, and now you know exactly what to give it more of. Sleep, so your body has time to repair itself. Morning light, so your rhythm stays steady. Movement, so your blood and your defenses keep flowing. Real food, so your body has what it needs to build strength from the inside. Calm, so stress stops quietly wearing you down. Water, so every cell gets what it's waiting for. A healthy gut, so your first line of defense stays strong. And connection, so you're not carrying any of this alone. Your body was never broken. It was only waiting for the right habits. You do not need to start all 8 tomorrow morning. That would be too much, and most people who try that give up within a week. Pick one, just one, the one that felt the most true to your own life while you were listening. Start there. Let it become normal. Then, when it feels easy, pick the next one. A strong body is built one habit at a time, and you have already taken the first step just by listening this closely for the last 30 minutes. Keep listening daily and keep growing stronger English learners. Which of these 8 habits are you missing the most? Tell me in the comments below, because I would genuinely like to know which one hit you the hardest. If this lesson gave you something worth keeping, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. There is more coming, more habits, more small changes that add up to a very different life than the one you're living right now. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of the body you have. It is the only one you get, and it is far more capable than you have been giving it credit for. See you in the next one.